We're live. We don't have a cute little intro, do we? We're going to have to make one.
Think of one.
We just pop right on whenever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Debbie Markham, and that is, Stacey, it's you. Your name is actually on the screen.
I changed it. It was Mystic Bougie, and it was requested that I change it to my name so people know who I am and they can find me on Facebook.
That's a good idea. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. There you are, Stacey. I didn't know that other girl, so it was okay. But we are here at Beyond the Silence Radio, even though we're not really radio anymore. We kind of were radio for a while, but no more. I kind of like to be on the radio. That way you don't have to put makeup on. You can be in your pajamas. It was great. Being on the radio was fabulous. But now we are not. We are on air live as we speak.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we have 3 people.
We do.
With us.
We're in the HA. Oh, Rick. Hi, Rick.
Rick, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you.
How are you? I haven't talked to you in so long. I think I saw one of your lives recently. I can't remember which one, but I did see one. So we are back to Mondays at 7 p.m. So that means dun 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 dun. I need to get some music too. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
That cool music, do 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 do. Monday minute.
Yeah. Hey, if you're here and you survived Monday, you know what? You're doing really well. I must say.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my latest jewelry on for everybody to see. It's a choker. It's 2 skeleton hands choking me around my neck. Very cool. Yep, I got this in Massachusetts when I was out there. I think Jennifer was with me. We were out there. Now I have it all backwards. I don't even know which way it goes. I can't tell because everything's backwards in here. I was out in Massachusetts and Salem, and we went to an event out that way. So it was really fun. But anyway, Monday minute. Here we go again. So this is kind of an interesting story, and I'm interested to hear your take on this one.
Okay.
The dog went missing last year, out of it was San Bernardino or Sandy. Yeah, I think it was San Bernardino, California. And the owners had no idea what happened to him. He just disappeared, and he's been gone since July of last year. All of a sudden, Harper police in Michigan get this dog, and it's from California. It's these people's dog from California. So
it's from Michigan to from California to Michigan.
I don't know. The owner seems to think that the dog was stolen and transported to Michigan somehow and got loose from the owner that it had, and then whatever. But yeah, it got reunited with its owner last week in a happy wag-tailing reunion.
Well, that is a
wag, right?
Yeah, that's a feel-good story for sure.
Yep. Another California story, very interesting. Omar was shocked to see somebody hiding in a trash bag, waddling up to his door in order to steal a package containing 2 cell phone chargers. Really?
Oh my!
The homeowner in California had some items stolen from his porch, but he got a big laugh in return. Omar checked his surveillance system on Friday and was shocked to see someone hiding in inside of a trash bag, waddling up to his doorstep in order to steal the package. Now, really? Okay.
Come on.
I know. So he said they got away with $10 worth of cell phone chargers, and he just laughed about it. And actually, it was on the news out there. So blah blah blah.
Aha, karma.
Another California story. How
Fruits and
how
nuts.
crazy! What is happening in California? Because it's getting crazy out there.
It's too expensive to live out there. People are running short.
People are getting crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to this. California Police Department blocked from using Lego mugshots. The toy company has asked Murrieta Police Department to stop using Lego heads as emojis to cover up their mugshot face people. Isn't that so funny? A Southern California Police Department has been handcuffed by Lego after the toy company asked the agency to stop adding Lego heads to cover up the faces of suspects in images it shares on social media. It's giving Lego a bad name. I mean, come on. So the Murrieta Police Department has stopped using the Lego heads, and I'm sure they're going to be moving on to pumpkin heads or something. I don't know. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know, but
silly stuff. I know.
That's my Monday Minute. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you're just now joining us, we are going to be live every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time during the summer, and then come the fall, I want to say after Labor Day, we're gonna start going to every Monday. Hi, Michelle.
We were trying to walk away from the bougie girl, but okay.
Yeah. So Michelle, okay, so Michelle gave me this nickname a couple years ago called Mystic Bougie. I told her that, medium, I'm going to start going.
One.
And she says, that's what I'm going to call you. That's what your name for mediumship should be. So last week when we did the test and I put Mystic Bougie, it was requested that I change it back to my name so people know who I am and they can find me.
For just a little while. Then you can put whatever you want. I mean, sometimes I change it, sometimes I don't. But even you could put it in parentheses, but I would hate for it to go all the way across your face. You know what I mean? So
I understand. Yep.
Just so people know who you are.
Yeah.
But cute Michelle. That was cute. I do like Mystic Bougie. I do like that name. So
yeah.
Want to find you. Yes. Yep. So yeah, you were saying we are going to go probably Labor Day. We'll start back to every other Monday, and some recorded shows because we have some things going on that you will not be around, and I have some things that actually in June that I will not be around. So we will be doing some recorded shows as well. So other than that, why don't you give us a lowdown on who you are and how did you pop into my life somehow? How did you get here?
How did I? Well, if you don't know that, that's a totally different show. There's a totally different show.
Right. No. I don't know all about that. I just want to know, how did you get into mediumship, or how did you get into, your whole deal
and stuff like. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say my first experience is when I was 8. I was living in Mexico, and my primary language is English, and I found an English-speaking family. So I became very good friends with their daughters. They invited me to stay the night at their house one night, so I did. And unbeknownst to me, they had a habit of crawling into their parents' bed in the middle of the night, which I guess is why they had a king-size bed, because 2 girls and 2 adults and a dog, it's kind of hard to fit everybody in the smaller bed. So she wakes me up in the middle of the night. She says, "Hey, come on, let's go and sleep with my parents." And it's like, what? That was kind of confusing to me. But
Right?
okay, I went along with it, and they had this huge bed, and they just said, "No, that's all right. You're welcome. Come on." I felt most comfortable sleeping next to the mom, so I just kind of started crawling up on the bed. The dad moved a little bit, and I stopped and looked at his face, and all of a sudden, this image pops up on his face.
Mm.
The image, I still have not been able to connect it to anything. It was a court scene, and a guy in a brown suit and a white and brown tie. I mean, it almost looked like the whole 70s, sideways stripe and
Yeah.
all that. But it was a
Wow.
courtroom. He was walking across a courtroom. He was very angry, and still today haven't been able to connect the case. And if I did in the past, was not, I didn't retain it. I know that both my parents, they went through a horrible divorce. So it could have been that. Who knows? Um, but I was scared out of my mind, and I looked away, and then I looked back at his face, and it was still there.
Did
Hi,
you just
Jen.
see what happened? Hold on a minute. I just said hi, Jen, and all these hi, Jens popped up. Did they pop up on yours too?
Yep, yep.
Okay. I'm just curious. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
I don't know what
So
it's all about, but go ahead.
so I look away, and I look back at the dad's face, and the scene is still going, and I literally just sat there
Mm.
staring at his face
Yeah.
for
That's
about
weird.
2 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it was like somebody turned on the TV, and there it was. And then they turned it off, and it was just gone. It just disappeared on me.
Wow.
So, like I said, today, I still haven't been able to connect it to anything.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So a few years later, by this time, I'm living in California, up in Julian. And anybody who's from Julian, if you're online, Julian is the mountains, kind of like San Bernardino. We
Mhm.
see snow. We get snow days from school, stuff like that. It was the first time I ever discovered that fresh fallen snow. You go sledding one day, by the next day, it turns into ice. I found
Yeah.
that out the hard way. Did not know that. Got stuck under a car for a couple hours till somebody came
Oh my.
looking for me, and I was underneath a car because I went flying down that hill on that sled, and my sled just kept going and going and going, and I just went, okay, snow turns to ice. Didn't know that, but now I do.
Yeah.
So very thankful they found me after a while. So we had come back from church, my parents and I, and got onto some religious talk. And I had told them, I don't believe in demons. And they said, well, do you believe in God? And I said, sure, I believe in God. I'm Christian. And they said, if you believe in
Mhm.
God, you believe in demons. And I said, no. And I said, there's no way the God that I know can ever create something so vile, so vicious, so evil, to do bad things to people. And she says, no, they do. And I said, okay, explain this to me. She said, demons are fallen angels. God cast them
Mhm.
out of hell, and they continue to run rampant now and basically attack the most vulnerable followers of Christ. And I was,
Mhm.
whatever, I was 12,
Yeah.
and if you're 12, you're the smartest person ever, right? You know everything, smarter than your parents. Parents don't get it. They don't understand. What do they know?
Mhm.
So I was one of them, smartest person ever. And so I said something that would come back and haunt me. Um, I looked at her and I said, if demons exist, show yourself. Bring it.
Mm.
Come and find me, and do something and prove to me that you exist.
Yeah.
It did. Couple months goes by, it's super quiet, right? Nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, whatever. Just solidifying that demons don't exist. And I got to sleep one night. We had a chocolate lab named Goliath, David and Goliath.
Mhm.
Um, and he used to sleep next to my bed on the ground. and he had this really bad skin rash, and he would itch himself, shake my bed, wake me up in the middle of the night. And I kept his ointment right next to my bed. I'd sit up, put the ointment on where he was scratching. Then he would stop, and all was quiet again. So my bed starts shaking one night, and I sit up, or I sat there, and I just kind of half asleep. Goliath, knock it off. And my bed starts shaking a little bit harder. I said, Goliath, knock it off. And he starts shaking a little bit harder. And I said, Goliath, if you don't stop, you're gonna make yourself bleed. And it started shaking kind of hard. So I go to sit up, and I grab his ointment, and I said, Goliath, knock it off. And I sit up, and I look at the side of my bed, and there's no dog. And by this time, my bed is shaking really bad. And I thought, oh my God, there's an earthquake right underneath my bed. So I get up, I run to the doorway. That's what we taught. We were taught as kids, as the doorway is one of the safest places you could be if you can't find a table to crawl under. So I go to stand in the doorway. My bed is still shaking, but nothing else in the room is. I kind of start freaking out. My sister Cindy, she wakes up, she looks at me, she says, what's going on? And I said, I'm just pointing toward my bed. I have no words. I'm just kind of, And she looks at my bed, and it's shaking. And she says, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? I'm like, I don't know. And then her bed starts shaking. So she jumps up and joins me in the doorway, and we're both screaming and we're crying. And my parents come running down from their room upstairs, because our room was in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask us what's going on, and we point to beds. And by this time, my bed is about 6 inches away from the wall and still shaking. So my dad runs back upstairs, gets some little vial of something, and he starts doing the sign of the cross on all four walls. And then they're speaking in tongues, which, I don't know what they're doing. I thought they were casting a spell on the room or something. And then they said, okay, it's good. You can go back to bed. And I did. And I was scared. I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. So I stayed home from school the next day. A few weeks goes by. All is quiet. I'm good. Half asleep. All of a sudden, I kind of come to, and I can't move. I can't talk. And I see this black mass above my body as I'm laying in bed, and I'm completely paralyzed. I can move my eyes, and that's about it. And all of a sudden it gets really close to my face, and I was ice cold, like somebody just took a sheet of ice and laid it on top of me. And I could feel the tears, as I'm laying down, I feel the tears coming down, and I'm scared out of my mind. And all of a sudden, I kind of start fading in and out, and I start blacking out. And deep in the back of my mind, I just thought, this is how I'm going to die. I'm going to die, because this thing is going to overtake me. I can't fight it. I'm not strong enough. And I felt like it was just this huge weight on me. And then I had remembered that my mom said, if you ever get into a vulnerable state like this, all you have to do is pray. You don't even need to pray out loud. Just pray in your head. Say the Lord's Prayer, whatever you got to do. So I did. And I kept going, and I kept going. I kept going. All of a sudden, I felt the weight lift off me. I jump up. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I run upstairs. My parents come out, and they say, what's going on? And I tell them what's going on, and they call me a liar. And I just thought, wait a minute. You're the one that told me this stuff exists. Now you're calling me a liar. And the next morning I wake up, and I actually had marks around my wrists where I was being held down. So then they blamed my sister Cindy and said, Cindy, what did you do to your sister? Because Cindy and I didn't get along. We still kind of don't these days. And she said, I didn't touch her. And I said, no, it wasn't her. It was this thing. And so both of us were on restriction. Me for lying, her for lying for me, and then me again for sticking up for her. And eventually I kept talking about it and telling them, trying to convince them that it was the truth. So they then find a psychoanalyst for me, and I have to start seeing a psychiatrist. And then they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then before I know it, they're taking me to the hospital and want to have me admitted and analyzed. So finally, I just admitted and I said,
Oh my
okay, fine.
God.
I made it up. I made it up.
Yeah,
It's not true. I'm just looking for attention. You're right. And I suppressed it
how
for decades.
sad.
For
Oh,
decades. Yeah.
yeah.
I was scared out of my mind. I thought, oh my gosh, because you hear all these horror stories, people going through
Right.
electroshock, this other stuff.
Right.
I
Right.
don't want to go through that. I don't know anybody who really does. You got to be kind of
Yeah.
there.
Not, not again. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So that was back in, I want to say 89 or 90. So we're going to
Wow.
fast forward now to 2018. My friend Lorena and I, huge, we used to watch Ghost Hunters and all that stuff. And we'd text back and forth like, hey, it's on. Are you watching it? And we'd text back and forth during the show. And anytime there was something, most haunted and anything,
Mm-hmm.
we would always watch it. She'd watch it in her house. I'd watch it in mine. We'd just be texting back and forth. And then we'd go see all kinds of movies and stuff together on paranormal. Well, then all of a sudden I saw something on Facebook about the haunted old mill down in Dundee, how they were having a public ghost hunt. And it was right before Halloween. And I called her and I said, hey, did you see this? I tagged you in this post on Facebook. Let's do it. So I bought the tickets and then we met there. She bought me dinner and then we show up and we're going through the place and we end up in the basement, our favorite place. Hi, Melissa. And then I had said something that I didn't know I said that was not appropriate because I was a rookie. I didn't know anything. And I had something follow me home. I'd wake up in the
Oh,
middle of the night. There's something rocking me, like, a kid kind of rocks their parents awake, like,
mm-hmm.
mom, mom. So there's something rocking me awake. My daughter's experiencing knocks on her door. She asked me if I was knocking on her door in the middle of the night. I'm like, no, I was asleep. Laying in the bed and I'm watching TV or reading a book. I just remember my arm was, I was a little bit lit up. And I feel this thing going across my arm. And I thought, oh my God, there's a bug on me. And so I get my flashlight and I start flashing it on my arm where I feel the sensation and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And finally I just said, if there's something here, you need to get out of my house. Leave. Next thing I know, I see this figure form in the corner of my room. And I look at it and I just went, I don't know who you are or what you want from me, but you got to go. You can't be here.
Yeah.
I mean, smoke alarms were going off at 5:30 in the morning. I was seeing orbs in my house. I mean, it was just all kinds of stuff was happening. And so the next year I saw another thing pop up for the old mill, another public ghost hunt. And I said, come on, let's go back. And she goes, really? You want to go back? I'm like, yeah, we kind of have
punishment, aren't you? Just a glutton for punishment.
I know. I said, oh, we have to go back. There's something that followed me home. I needed to follow me back because in my brain, that's, I brought it back and you need to get in my car and follow me back. Hey, Dennis. And then, so we get back to the mill and I'm talking to Adam and I tell him some of the things that I had said. I said, well, I was down in the basement in the old boiler room and I just said, come hang out with me.
Oh,
and he says, you don't want to say that. And I'm like, well, why not? I want some interaction. I want some activity. He said, basically what you did is you invited it home. I'm like, oh, that was stupid of me.
Yeah.
So he gave me some really good pointers and he says, when you leave a place, you always say, I'm going home. You're not welcome to follow me. You have to stay here. So now I do that very religiously at every location I go to.
Good.
For the mediumship, how I got into that is I talked to a couple of people. I had a couple of readings, and both of them had they didn't know me. I didn't know them. I had just met them, and they said, "You should really get into mediumship. What's holding you back?" And I don't know, just a little bit scared to talk to dead people all the time. Kind of creepy. And you know, a lot of people don't believe in it, and they said, no, you need to pursue it, because you have a gift to really help people, and you really should get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. And you know, I did a couple of private readings, and a little bit here and there. And then our last Parafest at the old mill, um, kind of going back, I reached out to the group, and Adam reached back out to me and said, hey, you know, we have these events. You know, if you want to become part of our group, you gotta come to them, but we got to see how you interact with the group. Want to make sure you mesh well, which I think I
Right.
do. I think
I'm pretty sure you do.
pretty sure I get along with everybody. You know, I haven't had any friction with anybody. So Adam was
Just
one of the
me.
ones.
Just me. Just me. You have friction with.
Yeah.
I don't let her around my dogs. She gets them going. She antagonizes my dogs.
I just say woof, and then you can see what they respond to.
Yeah, I
They
know.
love me, and I love your
More.
dogs. I love
I
your
love
dogs.
my dogs too. They're getting to be more and more
I
creative.
think I think Gracie is my favorite. She's so energetic.
And she's so loving. Like she'll come up and but they're both so loving. But Gracie just has this thing where she just melts into you. And it's like, oh,
Yep.
just,
And she's huge. She's so huge. And I love how she runs and like launches. Um, Melissa, any questions that you have, anything whatsoever, for either of
well,
us.
we're not doing mediumship though right now.
Not
So
right now, no.
no, not right now. But if you have any other questions, and we're not doing family oriented questions either, Melissa. Because her and I have been going back and forth today on some stuff. It's so funny.
Got it.
I just love her. So funny.
So yeah,
But
I
yeah.
mean, you know, that's how I got involved with the group. And then, you
Mhm.
know, a few people just said you really do need to pursue mediumship. At our last Parafest, I had my table, and um, people came up to me, and it was kind of my debut of
Mhm.
doing readings, and tears shed, and I made sure I had my box of Kleenex to give people Kleenexes. And it's amazing how much you're able to really connect with people, and the energy that comes through, and
Yeah.
um, the feelings, the emotions. Oh my, because there was a couple I cried with them, because
Yeah.
the people who were coming through were so strong.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, when you're an empath also, you carry on some of the emotions of the people that are coming through,
yeah,
including the people that you're reading. I mean, I've had several where I'm just so embarrassed because I'm like bawling and I'm trying to
yeah,
get the words out and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, please let me get this out without making a fool of myself today." But yeah, it's something you just can't help, you
yeah.
know.
Chris, I believe. Yeah, never travel without Kleenex. Yeah, I always have
Right
Kleenex.
on. Right
Um,
on.
and it doesn't matter where I go. It could be somewhere I've never been before. And if I let my guard down and I start feeling what people around me feeling, I could get anxious. I could get depressed.
Mhm.
I could get whatever. So usually, even when I'm grocery shopping, I go in, get what I need, and I leave. It's so much,
I
so
don't
much.
even grocery shop, ever. I have my husband either grocery shop when he gets off work or go pick something up, or I have it delivered from Costco because
Mhm.
I don't grocery shop. And it's so funny that you say that because, I've been working through some things with a therapist at this
Mhm.
point, and I honestly never really thought about that when I go out into the public and I'm getting anxious that I could really be picking up on somebody else's junk,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
That never crossed my mind. And I'm very lucky because my therapist seems to have a very open mind and is really in tune with stuff, like spiritual stuff, like what we do. And so
Mhm.
I'm pretty fortunate with that. And I'm just never thought of that. Maybe I'm going to have to mention that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of
Chris, you're right. The emotions can be overwhelming. And
yeah.
yes, COVID was awful.
Hmm.
The cabin fever, the anxiety. Um, it,
It
it,
could be, Melissa. It could be.
yeah.
It could be.
Oh,
It's hard to
absolutely.
say.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know you're an empath and you pick up on other people's emotions, you have to really protect yourself when you go out into public. I
Yeah.
have not done that. I need to do that. I mean, if I go out on a investigation, I'm always, with the crystals and you know, the big
Hmm.
old bubble, the green, the everything, to protect
Yep.
myself. But boy, I never even thought about doing that going into public.
Hmm.
Gosh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
But that's a really, really good idea.
I try to ground, and Chris, that's a good point. I was just thinking of that, is grounding yourself before you go out into public. And even when I go to the store, I'll sit in the truck kind of quietly. My husband doesn't know it, but I'll just kind of do a quick little silent, prayer, if you will, that
Hmm.
as I'm walking through the door, or walk through the store, that I'll maintain, I'll just be laser focused. I go in there, I get what's on my list, and I go through the checkout, and I pay, and I'm done. If there's anybody I come in contact with that I feel, they're anxious or whatever, I'll just kind of push some good vibes their way, and hopes that it'll lift them up. So
Oh, I'm going to change my background. Hold on. I got to change my background now. Now that
squirrel.
we're even talking about this. Okay. I'm
There
coming
you
right.
uh
There we go. Since you mention it, Chris. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of crystals. I mean, when Stacey was gonna go do this house cleansing deal, I'm like, you gotta stop by my house. I got a bag of crystals for you.
Yep.
I got this. Please stop by my house and pick it up before you go.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that she didn't go, because a lot of things were happening in the house that I was not like a big fan of. I mean, people that know me know I'm not a big fan, period, of things like that. But I'm just glad you didn't go, personally.
Well, I think we got to the root of some of the things.
Yeah.
They both said that they would be on today, so I don't know if they are. I haven't seen their names pop up at all, but
Hmm.
I
It
was
was so worrisome to me that I had a hard time sleeping the night prior to that. I was just like, how am I
you
going to get
did.
I was going to drop them off at your house, and then I couldn't drop them off at your house. And then I started to
Mhm.
panic, and like, I need to just relax.
But that's not your personality.
No, it really isn't my personality at all, is it? Nope,
No,
not my personality
it's like
at
telling me
all.
to. You and I, we kind of offset each other, because you're up here, right? And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down here.
Yeah, you're
I'm
very
literally.
calm, and I'm really wound up, and yeah. You should be on an investigation with me. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So I used to be high strung and wound up, and there were a couple of workshops that I went through that helped me ground myself a little bit more and stay calm, and remain calm, find that focus. It still gets away with me, gets away from me. Um, but yes,
If people wouldn't know what to do with me if I calmed down, they would not know what to do.
no, there would
They
be
would just,
something wrong with you. I would
there would
literally look at
be.
you and say, Debbie, what's wrong?
Right, right. Can you just imagine me sitting here quietly
No,
talking in a very shallow tone, like
no, because that's not
me
you.
either. Me either.
Can you imagine me like super high strung and all over the place?
Not at all. No. But
I
I
used
have seen you, I have seen you a little crazy at the mill, so I won't I'm yeah, don't even give me that. Yeah, right.
What do you mean crazy at the mill? What have I done? Have I gotten
No.
upset with people?
Thank you, Chris. No,
Oh, okay.
no, no, you
Oh,
haven't got
you
upset
mean
with
joking
anybody.
around with people. That's not
Loud
right.
and loud and anxious. Not
Oh,
anxious, loud and excited. That excitable. Yeah, that's
I
it.
am
That's it.
excitable,
Like
yes.
when well, I guess it was me that got excited when you tried to take my garlic knots. I think that was probably me that got excited. I don't know.
Us and our
I
garlic
don't know.
nut.
But we have fun no matter what we do anyways. So
Yes. Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All right, I gotta get this busy background off myself. It's making me anxious.
Yeah.
It's making me anxious. Okay, there we go.
So the old mill, I know we have a private this Friday, but
Mm-hmm.
next Friday is our first public of the season. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, go to, I always get it wrong, Debbie. What is it? Is
Haunted Old Mill.
the
Haunted Old Mill is where
haunted
you can.
old mill
Yeah,
.com, and you go there
I think
and
it's
you can purchase
.com.
your
Don't.
tickets.
I'm not positive of that, but let me look. Because I just
Is
look
it?
at Facebook and let me look. Haunted. Oops. Old Spaghetti Factory. Hmm.
Okay, ignore the squirrel. Haunted old mill.
Well, it said it was really funny. Yeah, it's actually if you put in the Haunted Old Mill just in Google search, it comes up in Dundee. So it'll come up regardless of what you do. So yeah, come to the Haunted Old Mill if you guys can, whenever you can. It's pretty fun stuff. Barefoot in the grass helps you ground. It does help you ground. It really
Mhm,
does help you ground. I do that a lot. I am not a fan of shoes, and
mm-mm.
unfortunately, I have to buy like orthopedic shoes now, like tennis shoes and stuff, and I have to wear them because of my foot surgeries and stuff. So yeah, I don't have much of a choice on that. So but I love just hanging out on like cement, even cement. It doesn't matter what it is, grass, cement. I did do something kind of crazy a little. I I bought I bought a bed of nails. I did. I did. It's
Are you gonna go
very
walking on nails?
interesting. It's an acupuncture thing. Um and I did. I used it yesterday for the first time, and it's not actual nails, but it's more, it feels more like razor blades to be honest with you. But yeah, you lay on it. It's on a mat, and it's you lay on it, and it's like acupuncture. So you stay on it, and at first it's pretty painful, and then it starts to kind of ease up a little bit, and then um it's kind of like a mind control thing. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but I was determined to stay on that sucker, and I did. I stayed on it for like 15 minutes, and then it starts to feel like a little bit of a sunburn. And my biggest mistake was I laid on the floor with that thing. Now, how the hell am I going to get up off the floor? Nobody's home, just me. I'm like, okay, wow, this was not my smartest moment here. So I had to like roll on that bed of nails, and I went right in my side, and I'm like, oh. So yeah,
Oh,
that was the hardest thing
Debbie.
I've ever done. I know. But it felt I felt really good after it was done. I mean, it took a little while for the, it's weird because it brings the blood to your surface, and it's just it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't kill me. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, I did not have my phone near me to call anybody because I didn't want anybody. I could have used that woman that I talked to on that device if I wanted to really get off the floor quickly. But
so I've never done acupuncture.
neither have I.
And I think you have. Thank you, Chris, so much. Well, you see, yeah, I think you've kind of talked me out of it.
I would try it because you're supposed to. It's part of meditation. It's like ancient Chinese medicine, and it's part of meditation. And you lay on this thing, and it's mind over matter. It's like when Adam walks in the snow in his bare feet. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, how do you do that?"
It melts, though. I mean, you're talking about laying on stuff that you said
Well,
feels
it's
like
the same
needles and a
thing.
sunburn. I mean,
Well, I felt good after.
I
I
feel
did.
good after too, because then I wouldn't be laying on them anymore.
I did feel good. It's holistic medicine. It's so good for your back. It
So, I
brings
mean, I
all the
do.
blood to the surface, and it does something about your muscles and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so that's enough of ancient Chinese medicine.
So, I mean, I do meditate, right?
Right.
And daily, I go to what I call my safe place, and you know, right. Thank you, Melissa. Um,
I don't know. I'm still here. It was good. It was like
to each his own. If it works for you and you
I
liked
I
it,
I
so
guess it sucks because I'm saying that I like the pain, I guess. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? I didn't really like it. I tolerated it, but then in my mind, I zoned out of it. So,
I'm okay. So I don't want to discourage people from trying new things. Obviously, if you find something that works for you and brings you peace, brings you relaxation, by all means, try it. It's to each his own. I myself, I prefer I go to my happy place every day, my safe place. I meditate, and I always make sure that I'm out of
my
my
God,
room when that happens. Um,
Chris, I made a voodoo doll. I made one. Oh my gosh. Next show, I'll bring it out. I did make one for real.
she did.
Not for any reason. You've
She
seen
she
it?
did. I saw it. You showed it
Yeah,
to me.
I
Yeah.
know. But it's not a scary one.
No.
It's just, it is what it is. But it was fun to make it.
Yeah.
And I don't have anybody's hair or anything in it yet. Yet. I really did make one. Oh my God.
Should I start shaving my head before I go over there to make sure it's not my hair that you steal?
I would not. Hey, Dennis loves acupuncture. Do
Who?
you go to a place? Because I need to find a place. I would love to go to a place and to have acupuncture done.
I think I
Again,
know.
not that I'm into pain or anything, but
I know a couple people who do acupuncture, and they swear by it. And I know that they're needles, and you put them in, and they have medicine or whatever, right? But they're supposed to touch certain pressure points, and it's
right.
supposed to really.
They don't have medicine in them. I
She
don't think they
she
have.
said that they had, like, there's different colors, and each color has different medicine in them.
Really? I don't want
That's what
medicine. because I know they're super, super long and thin, and I know that they're like, but I didn't think there was medicine in them.
She said that they're like there's different colors and each one has different stuff. And I don't know, it was too complicated for me. And I just said, I'm good. If
I'll get you a bed of nails. You'll be fine.
yeah, I'll take a picture of me laying on it too.
I will. I will take a picture of you. You'll
Is
just
it
have to
safe
come
to go
over.
camping with you? Like you're not going to hide it in my bed, am I? Are you?
I mean,
Oh, that's nice.
stranger things have happened. The color matches the chakra line.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Something about acupuncture I didn't know about. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that acupuncture might be my thing. I don't know. The needle between the ooh.
Ooh. I don't like people touching my feet.
Ooh.
Like I go to get pedicures maybe once a month.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit, well, probably because the bottom of my feet are super ticklish.
Yeah, yeah.
So they'll do the thing on the bottom of the foot, and I'm just sitting there trying not to kick the girl in the face.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I can't. Well, I have the metal plate in my foot, so like, and I had that surgery between my toes, so like thinking about a needle going in there, like, is really, that's like kind of, yeah. Wouldn't that be funny? They're trying to put the needle in, and it's hitting the metal plate.
I don't know if the needle will do anything at that point. It's not going to touch any.
Probably not. But yeah, we're already almost 10 minutes in here that we are almost out of time already.
I know.
My gosh.
So quick question to the audience. You really don't feel them. Okay. Well, they are thin, right? They're really small.
Yeah, so. They're little, teeny little. I mean, they're long and thin. So anyways, question.
So question to the audience is, what do you natural medicine, little, things that other people do to kind of relax them. I do a lot of my meditation. Debbie, after that weekend, you kind of got me hooked on lavender, everything lavender. Oh my gosh.
I know. I am a lavender person.
It is relaxing. Just
about what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm getting better at that. Yeah, lavender is my thing. Lavender. I get a massage every week, and I have to spray down lavender before I do it. So I love lavender. I do.
Salt bath, but I think I do have lavender salt bath or bath salt. The event that I went to back in the beginning of March, I won a lavender basket, and I finally, I know I'm so late. I'm bad about this stuff, but the basket's been sitting on my bedroom floor since then. I opened it up over the weekend, and probably for 24 hours, my whole room smelled of lavender. So,
I love that. I'm a eucalyptus
my husband
girl
is
too.
Ooh, I like eucalyptus. There's a soap. There's a soap from Bath and Body Works that's eucalyptus and sage, I think it is.
Probably. Oh, yeah, I have a lavender eucalyptus. I have a lavender and eucalyptus bundle hanging in my shower in both my bathrooms. So, and it smells amazing. So when you start showering, the steam will bring the smell of the lavender and eucalyptus.
Chris, you're hilarious.
Oh my God, you're funny. Wouldn't keep me at bay. I'd be like following you around. Ooh, something smells good.
I can just see you, Debbie, following him around the office.
Oh, I would too.
It works.
I would too. She would expect it. She would expect it. She'd be like, oh God, here we go again. Here goes Debbie.
Yep.
Oh, well. It does work. I know. Some people are like, they don't like the smell of lavender. Scratch and sniff. They don't like the smell of lavender. It took me a minute to love the smell of lavender. I think you got to smell it like 10 times or something before you really like it. But
I've
I,
always liked it. There's a lavender farm up by Boyne that I
yeah,
went
I
to.
know.
Oh, I
We
could get
talked
lost
about
in that
that.
place. Yep.
Yeah. We, I make lavender lemon cookies, and then
Those were so good.
I still have them in the fridge over there. I didn't bring them home. I just left them over there. And then I make lavender lemon cookies, which is weird because they do make culinary lavender, so that's just like,
Mhm.
ooh, that's good.
Chris, you know the person who owns the lavender farm?
Probably.
Lavender
Oh
iced
my gosh, lavender iced
tea.
tea, lavender lemonade I made one time for my people. Gosh, was it good. I made a giant jug of it with the spout thing. Yes, she knows her.
Ah, Chris, we're gonna have to talk
Mm-hmm.
because I love that place. I got lost. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful up there. Unfortunately, all the lavender had been picked over because it was September when I went up there, so
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
were
you
getting
got to go
ready.
early. Grab
Yeah,
that bundles of lavender.
yeah.
So, anyways, we are heading towards the end of the show, and we are going to be back again. Gosh, when are we going to be back again?
Uh,
I'm not going to be home, so it's going to be the 17th, and I will not be around.
okay.
But I may be able to do a show depending on what is happening that day, because I'll be out in Indiana at
Mhm.
a coachman rally for my van. Yeah, can't wait. So it will. I'm hoping that maybe within the next couple weeks, if you get some time, we can record a show, and if I can't be on, we can throw a show on anyway. But we'll see
Mhm.
how it works out. I mean, it
Okay.
might just be fine. I may just be like bored and say, "Oh man, yeah, we got to do this show." I don't
Yep.
know.
Yeah, I know summers can be crazy. 'Cause I have some
Summer's
time.
crazy.
Yeah. I have time coming up where I'm not available, and then
Yeah,
Debbie has time coming up. She's not available, so
I'll just have Chris on with me. That's all I can do.
there you go.
Yeah, I'll just say, Chris, hey, we're gonna do a show together. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Melissa.
Thanks,
You have a great
Melissa.
evening as well.
You too. So
Yeah.
we have been talking about some things that we want to do, some guests we want to invite on the show. We want to do some gallery readings. We want to do, I want to do some really cool Bigfoot stuff. I mean, I am not a Bigfoot fan, but I want to do it. It will be fun. And then we wanted to, what else were we talking about too?
True
I,
crime.
yep, definitely want to do some true
It's been a Monday. It's been a
True
Monday.
crime. True crime Monday. I
True
love that.
crime Monday.
I
Yes.
love that. We're going to do some true crime on Monday.
Mhm.
True crime Monday. Anyway, so we're going to do that, and we want to do I don't know, there was just a bunch of stuff we were talking about.
Mhm.
And I have a guest I want to bring on so bad, but
No names yet.
unfortunately, I know I can't talk about it, but it's this person is doing some big stuff. And I had a really nice conversation with them, and I'm not going to say he or her because I'm going to be very cautious. And they are getting into some super amazing stuff on Netflix. So, it's under an like one of those NDA things. So can't talk about it, but I know about it, and I'm super excited about it. So when they are done with this project, we will be having them on the show.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
super excited.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
So
almost done with it. I think that they're going to be done with it in the next like month or so. So is from
okay.
what it said
They,
to me.
they. Yep. Well,
He,
maybe
she,
we can have them on like our first guest in the fall, or do you want to have them on right away?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oh, the home Chris, you need to go to the freaking UFO con in Houghton Lake. Oh my gosh, so fun. The UFO con
It
is like,
can be it
I
can be
love
exhausting
it.
to do a lot, but
It's exhausting for sure. I mean, even when you're not vending, it's exhausting. But like, I never had such a good time ever in a show. I mean, I love the going up to the Sioux. Oh, you
we're
were there last year. That's right. I saw you last year. I'll be there. I'll be there.
we're going up to the Sioux this year. We're renting a house, so we already
Oh,
got my
good.
ticket and we're getting a house, and I'm
Good.
really looking forward to it.
I'll
Yep.
probably go up and stay in my van in the parking lot and just say hi, see my people, but not participate in anything. Every
Well,
year I say I'm going to do it, but every
mhm,
year I'm really shying away from it more and more because of my mental health. It's like I get
mhm.
around all those people and I'm just like my head is buzzing. Like
It's a
I
lot.
can't, it's a lot.
It's a
And
lot.
but I love all the people there. I love them, but it's just a lot for me right now. So,
So the old mill will be having a table at MI Paracon this year. So
oh, good. Did Tim say that? I didn't even hear him say that. Didn't know he
I
said it.
think we talked about it the last time we had a private at the old mill.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Good.
yeah, we're
That's
gonna bring
great.
some
I'm glad.
merchandise from the old mill and we're gonna sell some
Good.
merch, and yeah,
Good. Good. That'll be fun. That will be fun.
yep. So
Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody who joined us tonight and
yes,
all those
thank
people
you
that are watching us and we're not live. We are live though, but we're not live. If those people are watching us and we're not live. We had a lot of people talking to us last show and we weren't on and people thought we were live and I don't know how to tell people that we're not live. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
If it's
Thank
Monday
you,
at
Julie.
7:57, we are live. If it's Monday at 8:01, we
We're
are
not
not live. We
right.
are not live
Yeah.
anymore.
But you
So
can
I
if you
apologize.
yeah, but if you leave a comment, you leave a message, we'll still see it come through.
Oh
So
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
you
For
can still
sure.
interact. We'll still see the comments come in. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Well, I think we're 2 minutes out. We can hopefully, I don't know what our next show is going to be about, but it's going to be a doozy. I can tell you that. It's
yep.
going to be a doozy.
Thank you, Chris. You have a wonderful night. Um,
Yeah.
and thank you. Don't see the red chat.
The red chat tab on the top, it's not live. It is
Ah,
Memorex. Yeah,
good.
that up there. 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 Did I get it?
You are so hilarious.
Did I
Yeah.
get it? Did I point at it?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we appreciate everybody joining us this evening.
We do.
I think eventually over time, I'm going to change it to, Mystic Bougie. But for now, I'm
Well,
leaving
you
it.
can have Mystic Bougie here and
Mm,
then a parenthesis and then Stacey because we can change our picture like this.
that's way too close.
Oh my gosh. And I got my nose pierced. People probably haven't seen it yet, but I did. I did it.
I had mine pierced for the longest time, and I have not had it in over 20 years. So I'm pretty sure it's close.
Really? Oh man. It was a needle right through my nose, boy.
Yeah, it's a hollow needle. They put it in there because they have to get the cartilage out.
That's gross. I don't need to know how it's done. You know, I'm good not knowing how it's done.
You
Oh
laid
boy.
on a nail board. It's a needle.
Yeah, it didn't even hurt. I want to get another one. I want to get a whole line of them. I don't know.
Anyway, thank you everybody so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. Without you, we wouldn't have this. So spread the word. We'll make the announcement of when our next show is going to be. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. Be kind.
We
Be light.
appreciate you very much.
Remember to ground yourself and stay calm, or chase that squirrel, whatever floats your boat.
That's what I do.
So have a great week. Thank you all so much. We love you.
Thank you. From everybody from Beyond the Silence, we are Debbie and Stacey signing off. Have a good week.
See ya.